everybody. Welcome to our podcast. WTF is this? Exactly. Sir. Miranda has 3 dogs and a cat, so you're going to be seeing a lot of this, a lot of movement.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Riverdale for right now, but we just basically like watching shows and like TV, so we're just going to be watching and discussing things that make us say, what the fuck, during a show.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Monica.
I'm Miranda.
And we're getting ready to get started. So, let me put my pointer away. We're going to start off...
Bobby.
Okay. We're going to get started, and the way we're going to start these is by giving you book tea. I recently finished this book. Called Wretched?
Yeah.
Wretched by Emily McIntyre. Like Reba McIntyre, but
it's Emily.
Emily. It's a really good book. A couple trigger. I just got a lisp out of nowhere. Trigger warning. There is guns, drugs, and violence. Basically, a lot of blood. But it's a really good book. It does have a lot of sexy scenes. So if you're not into that, then don't read it. Spoiler! But basically, it's about this girl. Her dad went to jail. Her sister died. She's very emo, I guess. Like, that's how she dresses.
Right.
And she meets this guy at a bar. She hooks up with him in the bar restroom. He says he's going to go away. That's why he's celebrating. And she's just there to be there. After a while, they meet up again. But this time, she's not wearing a disguise. I forgot to say that. She's not wearing a disguise anymore. And he's undercover because he's a cop. And he's trying to bring down her whole family and find out their supplier because they're drug dealers. And then it turns out she's the supplier. And the best friend that was helping her, like her security system and everything, like he was like a very famous hacker. It turns out he works for the FBI? DEA? I don't know, somebody higher up. Yeah, basically somebody higher up than what the undercover cop was. And he was only trying to be friends with her so that he could catch the supplier. Turns out the cop loved her so much, she shot him. Or he shot the CIA friend.
Whoa, okay. I was like, whoa.
But, yeah, there's a lot of raunchy scenes in this. That's the type of book I like to read. Miranda, I don't know if she has or if she hasn't, but I know this is my type of book. And when she tells me her book tea, it's very like lovey-dovey stories. Yeah. Almost like mysteries sometimes, but they always are surrounded about love.
Yeah.
And mine are not. So, yeah, that's my book for this week. So, I guess we can get started on Riverdale.
Yes.
A little backstory. We've only seen up to season 4, episode 10, 11?
Yeah.
Because we saw the new trailer coming out and we were like, we should do a podcast about this. Because we had been joking about making podcasts and then we were like,
yes.
Fuck it.
Yes. And we were reading some headlines. We were like, what is going on in Riverdale? And we were like, what a perfect podcast. So here we are.
Yeah, so here we are. We're going to start with season 1, episode 1. And we're going to go, to episode 4, 5?
4 or 5, yeah, kind of depending on the time. But, because 5 is where our notes kind of dropped off. Mm-hmm. So it would be a good starting point for like the second podcast.
I was just thinking.
Second episode.
I should have brought my clothes. Pre-game.
Well, we can. I have Mountain Dews and Simplies.
I haven't had a Simply.
Okay, I'll get you one. Hold on.
Miranda's birthday is Monday, so we're going out to celebrate today. We're going to do a little pre-game.
I'll be 23 by the time y'all see this.
Woo!
Okay.
If you haven't seen Riverdale, it is basically about kids in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And
for now.
Small town vibes.
Small town vibes. I can almost guarantee that's going to be the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to start or do you want me to?
You can start since you're going to be birthday girl.
So basically, the very first thing I want to talk about, because it was my immediate thought upon beginning my rewatch journey, was why doesn't Jason talk? Like,
He never talks.
he never talks. You never hear from Jason ever. And like, why? Is all I need to know. Because
Doesn't make any sense. It's creepy, but I think they do that so that it's creepy.
yeah,
So he has like this weird vibe to him.
and another level of mystery, I guess, because the whole
Yeah.
first season is about the fact
But
that he's missing.
You know who he looks like?
Who?
The guy that plays Vecna, kind of to me. You know what I mean? What's his name? Jamie?
I don't know, but I saw a meme the other day, and it was like how you met Jamie, and then it was yeah, it's Jamie. How you met Jamie, and it was a picture of him as like Vecna and like 01 and everything, and then it was like how I met him, and he was in the Volturi in Twilight, and I was like,
Is he that old?
apparently,
I cannot believe that. I thought he was like 24.
yeah, me
Oh.
too. I was tripping. Now I kind of want to look it up real quick. Anyways,
Okay.
so that was my first. I just had to get that out of there because I was like, are you joking me? Like,
Okay, but let's back it up.
yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Beginning of episode, it kind of starts. It starts off by telling us it's like a cool little town, but then it turns out Cheryl Blossom, her family owns a maple company. He died mysteriously. They found her on the edge of the water. Basically the Boy Scouts for the town, which is also weird. My first note is sometimes I say very cringy stuff, so we're gonna quote a couple stuff. You're staring at my ears, and that's rude.
Yes.
By the Pussycats.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Which, like, now that I'm thinking about it, isn't it that kind of a ripoff to the Pussycat Dolls?
oh yeah, maybe.
I never thought about it until just now.
No, not yeah, I know. Well, because like what was it? Cartoon Network had Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, but
So-
now it's like
Yeah.
sometimes their outfits, I'm just like, I could not wear that.
And then one of them's named Melody. Come on.
Isn't the other one Harmony?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't know. Willow has a piece of dog food.
She's on the relay cruise.
Yeah,
"You
she's
need
like,
this."
girls. Yeah, no, that quote, I was just like, like,
Yeah. it just
why are you
sounds-
wearing them then if we're not supposed to look at them? What are we supposed to look
You're
at?
wearing it as a statement
Yes,
for people to see it, and then you're not.
because you're the Pussycats.
Like,
Like,
come on.
but Archie can't look.
Mr. Archie Kids?
Archie kids? Which I would love to talk about Archie and Miss Grundy and the way their reveal came about of like, what? Like these shared looks of like, of
The
like,
glasses going down. The heart-shaped glasses.
oh, in the summer reveal. Which I think we were talking about this earlier. And when she looks like so much younger.
Yeah, so in
In the
those
summer.
in those scenes where she's driving her little beat up bug, she looks way younger. Like she looks like a normal like college student, like 23-year-old that I see out on the street every day.
Yep.
But then they change it to the school scenes and like where she's giving him lessons and stuff. And this bitch looks 60.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't understand like the strategy behind that, because was she a new teacher or something?
Yeah.
Like, how did
But she was, but I don't think she was that new.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I don't know. Also,
Get fucked up on these. I'm not gonna lie, that is good.
you can have the last three. But also, I kept wanting to write Miss Grunwald when I was taking my notes from PLO. Sorry, I just.
Oh.
Yeah, but the zoom
yeah.
in at the pep rally, I just was like, oh my god. And then
Yeah.
there were I just
That summer reveal, I can understand how somebody would think Archie's hot.
Mhm.
but it's very like.
Which that was another thing we were talking about, is they heavily played into Archie being like the main hot guy.
Yeah.
Why?
Everybody else was supposed to be like weak and shit, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I gotta look hot while you work for your dad's company.
Yeah, exactly. And he was supposed to be in the summer between his freshman and sophomore year.
No, there's no fucking way.
That is like a whole thing I could just go off on right now. But
Betty and Veronica.
Oh my god.
They are trying out to be part of the River Vixens, and they decide to make them make out.
Yes. And she's like, don't freak out. And I'm like,
what do you mean?
but why? Like, why did we need this element? Why did we need... Yeah, why did we need this element? Why did we need to see them make out? Where
it doesn't even make any
Why?
sense. Like, is that supposed to make us feel like attracted to them?
Or
Like it doesn't make any, like, to me.
Oh, they're alternative or whatever.
Yeah, but no.
And then Cheryl's like, oh, faux lesbian was so last season. And I'm like, what? Oh.
I think they're establishing they're like a progressive town. But at the same time, it wasn't needed.
No.
It was, I think it was because it was at the end of the episode. So it was very much like, we gotta get this pilot off the air.
Yeah.
Like, going.
Oh, that's a cracking point. Yeah, exactly. Which then, but speaking of Cheryl, this is something I'm kind of like, this is like overarching. It's not specific to this episode or whatever, but you and I were talking about this. Aren't Cheryl and Jason supposed to be twins?
Yes.
Yes. Because this gets into like this whole thing we've been diving into this whole time. Because Cheryl and Jason are supposed to be twins, but they indicate in many places that Jason is like senior captain of the football team. Also, Polly is supposed to be like a senior, or at least she's not in Betty's class because they're not twins.
Yeah.
So then if he's dating Polly, anyway, but then there's more references to the fact that Cheryl is in Betty and Archie's class as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And they go on to graduate together. Like, we haven't seen that episode, but
I don't know. Because it bothers me so much. I need like what's his name? Mike's Mike.
Yes.
Wall of telling us this timeline.
Yes.
Of like how old they are and stuff.
Yes.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Because they're twins. She talks about it, them being twins, like forever.
So many times at his funeral.
Yeah.
She talks about the birthdays and stuff.
And plus she's cheer captain also. Like, I don't think you can be a sophomore and be cheer captain.
Yeah, because she's HBIC. I need to know if the school gave her that shirt, or was she out here with her little cricket, like
Iron press on,
putting it on the back. Which I went down the clearance aisle at the West Walmart, and they had those on sale right now. And I was like, if we needed one for work, I'd be buying this shit right now. Okay. Anyways, I just was like, that's one of I have two things like overarching that I would like to just discuss, and that's one of them. I'm gonna wait for the other one,
I think that's the only one for me.
but
I had like picked it up and then you were like, oh, I want to talk about this.
yeah,
But then I just like kind of asked and I was like, is Polly in the same grade level?
yes, and there it's
But do they even bring up Polly in the first episode?
hardly.
I think
No, they actually don't for a really, really long time.
I think they bring her up, but just as like established that she's away.
Right,
It's
I
not
would
like
agree. Mm-hmm.
anything serious. My last thing for episode 1 was Jason's dead fucking body.
Yes.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know why we had to see that.
Why did they show it?
Should I put it on the screen right now?
Traumatized. Spoiler alert! He's dead. But it just doesn't
Gunshot.
make. And yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. Like you've already established he's fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't need to know the proof.
No.
And we don't need to see it.
His decaying. No, didn't
No.
need to see all that.
And then what's her name? Betty Cooper's mom. Alice.
Alice.
Alice
Yeah.
is the one that's there, like paying the guy at the morgue.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I was gonna say that's weird, but then we start
I
thinking
mean, she's a
about Alice.
reporter.
When we start thinking about Alice, and
Oh, the Coopers are fucking wild.
and then, but Kevin and Moose finding Jason's body, to then go on and Betty's like, oh my god, like, how are you? And he's like, my god, it was harder to explain why I was with Moose than why I found his body or whatever to my dad. And then to go on and be like, oh, like the way he describes Moose, like, I don't even want to say it. It's so gross.
Also, doesn't Moose have a girlfriend this entire time that they're dating? Like,
I don't know.
Do they not get together till later on?
I don't think they get together till later on. I almost wonder if people get suspicious. Cause, I mean, they're out here in the school hallway fucking talking about Moose's horse-like appendages. And so maybe Moose got a girlfriend as a cover-up because Kevin Keller's out here blowing his cover.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, him and Midge are dating because then Midge and Moose are a Black Hood storyline kill.
Oh yeah, when they're in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But anyways.
You have anything else for episode 1?
No, not really. I think just overall, it's a little bit, like, I do remember we were talking about a lot dramatic, and we were like, there's not going to be much for season 1, and then you actually start watching it, and you're like, well, okay, we definitely haven't watched season 1 since we were like 18 years old, going up to something whole different. Oh. Anyways.
Okay, episode 2, we start seeing the love interest or the love connection between Betty and Archie, and only Betty and Archie, because Archie does not love her back because he loves Miss Grundy, the music teacher, which, no.
I don't truly think that...
I want to know how old she was.
Oh, me too. And I don't truly think that Betty loves Archie. I think she's, like, familiar with him.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, we've known each other for so long, and now he's hot.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you've been used to having him around. Like, why not take it another step?
Yeah, because he's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because I do think that's implied in that, just to jump back to episode 1 for 1 second, when Kevin and Betty are in her bedroom, and he goes, oh, Archie got hot. It's implied.
Just like staring at him in the window.
Where's your shirt? But either of you, Betty or Archie. But
nobody changes with their windows open.
no, what? And then anyway, and so Archie got hot. So he used to be maybe like just awkward or
I feel like
something.
I imagine him like Jughead size.
Right, yeah,
and then that summer is like his blow up.
Exactly. So anyways, I think she's just like, he's hot now and he's very familiar and like he's a good person, that she's like, I love him, but you don't.
Is he a person?
No. No, because he instigated all the shit with Miss Grundy, not the other way around.
I feel like it can go both ways. Like, he wanted it to happen,
I guess,
but she also wanted it to happen because...
She did, and then I think the only reason I say that is because we only go on to see Miss Grundy being like, no, we can't get caught, and kind of being the one to push him away, and then when they do get caught, he's like, takes the blame, like, I wanted it, which I don't think is true. So yeah, I think she probably instigated it, but maybe she just wanted like a one-time thing. And Archie's like, obsessed.
As a sophomore in high school.
Well, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have sex with a 16-year-old and nothing bad would happen.
I just think it's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to even put that timeline in there. And then, because like now I'm fucking almost 24.
Mm-hmm.
If I look at like a 17-year-old, I'm like, you're a baby.
Oh yeah.
You're a child. I can hold you in my arms. Like, what is this? Like, no, thank you. No.
Honestly. Well, and there's such a maturity level difference. Like,
yes.
Like, I love my sister to death, but even between her and I, there's like, when, you know, she's got family, or not, friend drama or whatever, I'm like, trying to just be there for her and think in my 18-year-old mind.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, it's not like she's being immature.
She's acting her age.
Exactly. And so you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know why he's not liking your Instagram post. Like,
but I think that's the same thing that was happening with Archie and Miss Grundy, because he is 16, maybe a little bit younger, to be honest. Because I was 15 going into my sophomore year.
Yeah, same.
So I know that guys like we're obsessing over girls.
Right.
And, like, oh, we're in love. He said, I love you, like, a month in and shit.
Right.
Like, it's very quick how shit happens when you're in high school.
Yes, that's an excellent point. And then it kind of goes into what we're talking about with Betty. So maybe Archie's not as serious about Mitch Grundy as he's, like, trying to put off because he's so young.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or he thinks it's serious. But then when he gets older, he's gonna be like, what the fuck was that? This is the first time we hear the lovely name Archie Kids that we hate for the rest of our lives.
And, like, then her dad comes back and it's like Daddykins. I'm like, why are we doing this? What also is this?
I do think it's slightly weird that she calls her dad Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Because she hates him. Like, there's so much, like, a huge grudge she's holding against him. And she's just like, Daddy, no. And, like, no.
And I don't think it had the implication that it does today in 2017 when the show's premiering.
Yeah, but it was, to me, it was so, like, off.
It was, I think we were on the cusp of that whole thing.
It's like you're getting older, you know.
And then it was becoming, like, more of a sexual thing and all of that. And so when you're older, anyways, like, a child saying it is one thing. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, once you get to that age.
Yeah, if there's, like, a certain age that you're just, like,
yeah,
stop doing
you need
it.
to stop doing that in general. And then we're in the time frame now where it means a whole other thing when you're, like,
in the
saying,
yeah.
And when you're saying it and you're older and all that. So it's like, why? Like, why?
And then that also, like, when she calls her dad, like, Daddykins and Archiekins, like, does she hold them to the same standard?
It feels like it. Because then, now this is really jumping ahead because it's season 2, but he comes back and, like, this is the part we're watching right now for future episodes, but he comes back and she's like, wrestle. He was a big wrestler. Like, she wants him to, it's like, she's saying to get along, to help him get along, but it's feeling very different. Very different. And so, yeah.
We kind of just went on a tangent.
Yeah, we did. Sorry.
Let's go back to Betty and her relationship with her mom.
Yes.
This is where we see, like, how crazy Alice is and how much she doesn't want Betty to end up like her sister Polly. But they don't explain us
why,
where she is.
What's wrong with Polly?
Yeah, until, what, like episode 4 or 5?
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to talk about it in this episode 1, if I'm being honest. It takes too long, because then it's like the episode before, and then it's like season 7, or episode 7, because Polly's in the attic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to
I know.
figure out. Okay, so episode 8 is when they have the baby shower.
Yes.
So I think it's episode 5 that she comes back. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about this is where I'm referring to Betty putting on Polly's, like, signature lipstick color, which at, like, 16 I didn't have a fucking signature lipstick color.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. And, like, I don't know. I do feel like probably my mom has things. She's got 2 daughters where it's like, oh, that's Miranda's, that's Samantha's or whatever.
But it's nothing that's, like, directly,
no, it's, like, because I'm, like, a graphic designer and my sister wants to be a video game designer. Like, that's where she's drawing the line of, like, interests. Like, what? You're playing Fortnite with Miranda? That's crazy. Or whatever. Like, whatever it may be, my mom's like, that's not Miranda's, like, cup of tea. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Not to the point where she's like, my mom would tell my sister she couldn't wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Or tell me I couldn't wear a shirt because that's, like, Samantha's signature thing.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about, like, so my mom got back from Mexico and she brought us back each a cup. And she basically bought one of each of our favorite colors. But then she still was like, what color do you want?
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, no, this is for her.
Right.
Like, obviously she got me a black cup because she knows. Emo. But.
Yeah, speaking of emo, with your book tea.
I'm not that emo, but.
No, I know.
I try to be.
If you guys are just going to take a nap, you don't need to wear your bark collars. That's for dang sure.
But yeah, her relationship with her mom is very weird. Her mom, like, ends up brushing, like, that shit must have hurt.
Here's my babies. Anyways.
That shit must have fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like, the way she yeah.
It kind of plays into what, like you're saying, what their relationship must be. And I think there's a little bit more than emotional abuse there.
Yeah.
Like, Because we're gonna go on to shit on Hal Cooper. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But
from what we've seen about Alice, which I think Alice gets a little bit more normal towards like season 4-ish after the whole Chad Michael Murray situation that we will be talking about in depth. But
I think he's my overall Riverdale crush, but he's just been my crush in life.
No, he's not mine. You know who mine is.
Oh, I know. I gotta wait though for like season 3 for me to be on that boat. Like, I do. I gotta wait. I gotta give him a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But,
so then...
Oh, I want to talk about the end scene, so if you've got something before that.
I have a lot.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I have... It was just what I wrote down. Oh, wait, no, but I do want to talk about Veronica sending Betty flowers at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, my God.
Okay, where was she supposed to put those, first off? Like, was she supposed to put a huge 12 dozen roses in her fucking locker?
The one person we really relate to is the receptionist.
Oh,
I love her. A stan.
And then, because I understand Kevin's question, don't get me wrong. Oh, are these for Betty? But the secretary being like, that's why I called her. I was like, yes, queen.
She's not here for the bullshit. She's not playing around. She's just trying to do her job. And these fucking 16-year-olds are buying them, like, each other fucking giant fucking bouquets of flowers.
And flying in cupcakes.
Even though she's broke.
Apparently. Although, that's... I can't wait to talk about that, because... she has that big old speech at the nightclub in like episode 7 or whatever it is, and she's like there's the clothes off our back. Ma'am, you have never not been dressed to the nines. Or your mother. She's
always wearing fucking pearls.
Or your mother. But those are daddy's pearls.
Her school bag's a fucking Hermes purse. Like, huh? What you gonna put in there? She's gonna spill lipstick in her white Valentino bag. Like, no. This episode we do see... Or this one I question Cheryl and Jason's relationship.
Yeah.
Because she's, like, obsessed with him, and it's kind of, I don't know, it puts me off. But, yeah, it's kind of off. It kind of gives off, like, that they were, like, flirty vibes.
I'm the star
and
of
I
the
just
show.
don't like it.
Yes. I agree completely.
This is also when we figure out that Archie wasn't just dating Miss Grundy for her looks. Is because she was helping him discover his music.
Yes.
Which...
Can I have these?
He's not that great, not gonna lie.
Standing on the headphones, buddy. It's kind of not working out for me. Thank you. He's a stage 5 cleaner right now. My husband is deployed, so he misses his dad. He's Big Daddy's boy, so...
I would like to cuddle. But they go crazy for me.
They love Monica. I mean, obviously they've calmed down because she's been here for a while.
I think it's like the 4th time I've came over.
Yeah, and you've you know, you've been here for like a half hour or so.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they're like, yeah, she's just hanging out with us. This is our bestie.
Betty threatens to kill Cheryl.
Yeah. The fuck?
I don't know what that was about. At this point,
okay, Goose.
I don't
know.
You
were doing so good. Okay. Good boy, Mav.
Archiekins calls Miss Grundy.
Yeah.
But not by her first name. But
for a while, until he's like chasing after her in the stairwell, like, and
Geraldine!
I'm like, and then we find out she like named herself that.
Yeah.
What? No.
And then, do you want to talk about the end of the episode? Because that's about it for me.
Okay, yes. I just wanted to talk about, first off, the dissection scene. And Cheryl's like, no, this isn't a big deal for me that my brother is currently getting cut up just like this frog. And I was like,
she just like goes straight for it.
And then like, the line, I don't remember exactly what was said, but I wrote it down when she's like, no, you ghoul, to Archie. And I was like, why are we so mad? Like, he's just checking on you. Like, yeah, I don't remember exactly what he said that caused that reply, but he's just trying to be a good friend.
And then the cops show up, and they're like, Cheryl, we need to talk to you. And then she's like, take me.
I'm guilty.
Like, I'm ready.
Which is a perfect segue into episode 3 and my first what the fuck, because she's like, oh, I'm not guilty. I didn't kill him. I'm guilty of lying to y'all. And I was like,
why would you, like, they're having a murder investigation.
You're withholding evidence.
But it's like, why would you admit you're guilty if you know that they're going to be like, oh, you're guilty of killing your brother?
Because you're the last person with him.
Yeah, I just... And this is also when we see the lovely Miss Barb from Stranger Things in Riverdale.
We love her.
Sadly, it's not a big part.
But she does get to keep on going on for a while.
Yeah,
Unlike Stranger Things, where she's...
Spoiler alert!
Well, we're not going to talk about Stranger Things.
That's true.
So, we have the right. We got to spoil all the shit.
This is when Veronica goes on a date with... What's his face? What's his name? I want to say Cameron, but I know it's not Cameron.
Chuck.
With Chuck. And he posts something about, like, some honey or something.
Sticky maple.
Sticky maple. And basically it's a reference to they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, we didn't fucking do it. And it becomes this whole thing.
I love the Photoshop of the maple going down their face.
What?
Oh, no. Obsessed.
But that also brings it back to they're 16 years old. High schools probably do that shit. Because we had like the secret Instagrams or whatever. Not secret Instagrams, but like where they shared the tea, like the gossip pages and stuff.
We had one, but I don't know who ran it, and I don't know why we had it. There's like 70 of us. We all knew each other's business. Lay the fuck down.
This is my first, what the fuck is this, school security. It sucked fucking ass. Literally, everybody is coming in and out of this school 24/7. Doesn't matter who you are, how old you are.
Right.
You can get into this school, basically.
Yeah.
It's giving off that vibe.
Yeah. Which... I mean, that goes on to continue playing a part, but, like, I don't understand that because I think it is supposed to make you feel like it's a small town, but, like, I don't know, my high school had cameras, my high school, like, I don't know.
Like, you had to be buzzed in to get in.
See, oh, no, yeah, yes, you did. I was gonna say we didn't have that, but we did have that.
And be like, what are you here for?
Yes.
And then the receptionist would buzz you in.
Yes, well, there was enough of us that usually we didn't have to say why we were there. They're like, we know who you are.
But like for parents and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so, but I think that, okay, so this is a really good opportunity for me to bring up my other thing that I would really just love to kind of examine this as we go through the whole show, because my other one is just really season 1 and we never get an answer anyways. But when is this show supposed to be set?
Yes.
Because is the lack of security because it's supposed to be like the 70s when people didn't realize how important or how bad like child predators are and like all that type of stuff? Because they have iPhones and they reference like at the register, I think it is, when Hal wants...
They like hack into the computer system.
Yeah, and he wants her to upload something, and she's like, "My password doesn't work." And so,
and they
like,
have cameras.
But then at like,
doesn't have the budget
the White Worm has a camera in the basement, and then, but like, the computers at the Blue and Gold,
they're like the big fucking ones, and then they have
iPhones. They
still have landlines.
Yes,
and then. The cars they drive.
The cars is the biggest thing because they don't even have like a key fob.
Yeah.
Like she's out here, Alice is sticking the key in.
But it could also be a very outdated town. Like if it's that small, I can see how like.
So they're trying to imply, okay, other than the fact that their iPhones work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also the first episode. We see Betty going dark.
Oh, Dark Betty.
With this, it's like an alter ego. She puts on
this wig.
A black wig. And like some lingerie. Which also like you're 16.
Yeah.
You don't look like you have a Victoria's Secret in your fucking mall.
No. Yeah, where'd y'all go?
Yeah. Like Veronica, I can understand. She came from New York.
Right.
She's used to like shopping at Barney's and shit.
So then maybe Veronica lent her some. I don't know, but
I would not share lingerie.
Well, no, but I mean, you do have to suspend a certain amount of belief when it comes to a TV show. Yeah. But yeah, no, I wouldn't either. But maybe.
Also, where were they at?
Right? Because the hot tub's like in the floor.
It's like they're at somebody's house.
Yes.
Oh, so what we're talking about, is they've tried to get back at Chuck for the sticky maple situation. Veronica and Betty have a plan. Betty invites him over to this place. We don't know where the fuck it is, what it is, but there's a hot tub and there's a pool. And they put him in the hot tub. What the fuck? They put him in a hot tub. They is it handcuffs or do they just tie him?
Handcuffs.
They handcuff him to one of the bars in the hot tub, and then they turn the hot tub up. And then Betty goes dark, like full dark. She's already dressed.
Yeah, she comes out dressed like it, but then she ends up like with her foot on his head, like, apologize, Jason. Apologize to Polly.
Yeah, she starts like doing a role play type of situation where she herself is Polly, her sister, which never in my life have I wanted to role play being my fucking sister.
No.
Love her to death, but no.
Yeah. No. And then it's like, but she doesn't even look like Polly. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Because I was waiting to meet someone with dark hair, and no.
No. And even Veronica's thrown
Veronica's
like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they leave, and this whole episode is revolving around the book that they found that is hidden in, like, the guy's locker room is it behind a painting or behind? I don't know. It's behind some shit.
Behind something.
And it's basically like a burn book where they rate all the girls they've been with. And they read it and they find out Jason's also written in it. And then...
But just Polly, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. I have a lot of questions about that.
But the cops end up showing up or whatever. They show the principal the evidence. Chuck gets suspended, and so do, like, a couple other guys. And then they burned the book.
Yeah.
Which was, like, what the fuck to me.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking evidence.
It's evidence.
Like, unless they, like, it doesn't even make sense. Like,
no.
I'm thinking of, like, oh, like, they took pictures of it, sent it to the sheriff. No, the sheriff is going to want to see the physical copy.
They should have just given it to the sheriff and been like, never bring this around us again. Like, why did we burn it?
Yeah. And then Archie goes with his dad to see Miss Grundy play her fucking, what is it, cello?
Sure.
It's
I
like
have no fucking clue what that thing is.
It's not a violin. It's like one of those fucking
big
ones.
I guess, yeah, probably cello.
I don't know.
I know.
But at the end...
It's a viola. What are one of those?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Jeez. Here's a picture.
But,
yes.
Miss Grunt, his... Archiekin's dad asked Miss Grundy to dinner,
yes.
Which is a huge what the fuck, because Archie's like, no, Dad, let's go, this is embarrassing, like, let's go, but it's like, we know,
mm-hmm.
Archie's dad has no clue yet.
No.
Alice, sadly, is the one that tells him eventually,
which, I know we'll talk about it when we get there, but why doesn't she brief the man? Come on, you just threw him in there, like, whoop.
Yeah. This is also where we can discuss the money that the lodges have.
Yeah.
Because at the end of this episode, Veronica's mom, Hermione, decides that she's going to start working at Pops as a waitress. And she's trying to, like, make money so that they have enough to pay rent. But like you mentioned earlier, she literally says later on that, like, they took everything from her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you're telling me they didn't take this hotel away from you that you live in.
Right.
Because these nice bags
it's the only property in Hermione's name, but, like, they're married.
Yeah. She wears, like, Louis Vuitton. She has very expensive taste. You can tell compared to, like, everybody else in the town. And it just doesn't make any sense to me because they keep saying that they're broke, but then she's spending all this money to fly in fucking desserts, and she's buying these flowers that she doesn't fucking need for Betty.
And
cupcakes. Her fucking school bag is a fucking Hermes purse. You can barely keep a fucking pencil in one of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm over here, like, not wanting to spend $50 on a JanSport.
Oh, yeah.
But she's like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Who made those popular, by the way? Because that was my mom. She's out here like, yeah, get a JanSport. It's cheap and it'll last you. Now, like, I bought a fanny pack, a JanSport fanny pack for what I probably bought my backpack for. call my mom up. Do you still have mine?
That's it for episode
Yes.
3. Going into episode 4.
Oh, don't do that. What? I don't want you to knock the computer off.
Oh, this is when the whole Miss Grundy thing happens.
Oh, yeah. I didn't write a whole lot for this episode.
I did.
Mainly because it's all just, what the fuck? Like, okay,
It's just,
anyways.
it's a whole bunch of little things.
Yes.
That, like, it's
That
because I just wrote the whole Grundy thing.
Yes.
Because this is when, like, Betty breaks into her car.
Yeah,
Like, there's a whole bunch of little stuff that happens in between.
So, yeah. Because, starting with her car, again, she's out here with this hanger. Like, what year is this?
She breaks into the fucking BW Beetle and says that her dad used to work on cars with her, so that's how she knows how to break into them.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Because he never works on a car. I've never seen him in the show work on a car.
He doesn't even look
He's
like the guy to work on a car. Like,
yeah, like if you see my brother-in-law, you'd be like, oh, he probably does.
yeah.
But you see Hal?
Yeah.
Hal? No.
Okay, let's make a list of the dads that we think are working on cars over Hal. FP. Fred. 1,000% Fred. Because they go to fix up a car. Obviously not Hiram.
Not Hiram, but I know I could go to Hiram to hire someone to fix my car.
1,000%. Oh my god, who are some other dads?
The sheriff.
Oh, yes! Mr. Keller. He knows how to change my oil.
Pop from the fucking shop, and he would know.
Yes.
But
Hal Cooper
looks like he works in finance.
I think the only honestly,
that's what he looks like.
I think the only person coming after Hal is Hiram because he has money. He's not gonna do it himself. Type of vibes. Yeah. I feel like Hiram, he could if he had to, but he has money,
like if it's
so
in the
he doesn't have to.
It's nowhere.
Yeah.
He's gonna try his best.
Yeah.
But he looks like the type that would hire someone or know somebody. Yeah.
Because I don't think he had money when he was young, but
yeah,
I don't really.
I mean,
remember.
They came from Riverdale. The Hirams and the mayor start working together. The mayor's daughter is the lead singer of the Pussycats. Josie. Betty, when she breaks into the car, they find a gun, and she decides to keep the gun. She keeps it in her bedroom drawer.
Why?
For what?
Have you met your own mother?
You're 16. I can find a better hiding spot. I know I had a better hiding spot.
Or, let's give it to Jughead, because who's checking up on Jug? Not a fucking soul.
Honestly. And then this is the episode where we find out that Jughead is living at the drive-in.
Yeah.
But also, did they start talking then? Were they interacting already? I don't think so.
Think to a very small
extent. They just, got
extent.
introduced.
Yeah.
Because, apparently, there's a lot of drama between Jughead and Archiekins because... that summer that I can stop talking if you want me to.
He said, Dad.
They won't stop. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. Okay.
That summer,
yes,
that Archie was dating Miss Grundy. They were supposed to go on a boys' trip. And he did it, and he spent the whole
He blew
summer.
it off to go have sex in the woods and hear the gunshot.
Yes.
Which is something we didn't really talk about, but Archie's...
To me, that's not what the fuck,
It's not what the fuck, because Archie's trying to do the right thing, but I think that's kind of when we get into the whole situation of, where Grundy is clearly,
she knows,
seeing this as a mistake or whatever.
She knows what she's doing is wrong.
Exactly. Because she doesn't want Archie to go tell him that they were there together.
Yeah.
But then fucking the Boy Scout just I saw ya! I saw ya!
But then later on we find out that it was the Boy Scout. And he's like, I didn't want to tell anybody because we're not supposed to carry a gun.
Yeah, what? That whole thing. Anyways, okay, not the
point. This is when I started questioning where Veronica lived. Because it looks like she lives in a penthouse. But later on we find out it's a hotel and you can rent out the other rooms. But the whole time it seems like they own the whole building. Mm-hmm. Their rooms are massive. Their living room is massive. Their kitchen is massive. Their dining area.
But I'm still confused on what it is because they have this penthouse. But what, the rest of the floors are
hotel rooms.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't get it.
Understand. And then all the other rooms, like, because towards the end of this is, for season 2, when, what is his name, Nick comes over, and that whole situation, every other room in there looks like a hostel. Is that what they're called?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Maybe that's where Penelope goes on to have her business.
She does.
Oh, at that one? Oh my god.
That's what I think she does. But it looks like that. Like, it has the same exact
vibe.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how is this so modern and sleek, and then all the other rooms are like, I'm at a Hotel 6 in fucking the middle of Beaches nowhere.
Yeah, And then, why does this small town have a hotel? Like, we didn't have a hotel. I want a hotel.
We had a couple hotels, but only because we have I-20 and I-35 going through.
Yeah.
So they're like big highways, and that's the only places where we had 2 hotels.
Right, and we didn't have anything. Now, of course, we didn't, like, if you're coming to stay there, you're probably just going to stay with your family, because there's no reason to come to where I'm from.
Yeah, no.
Where...
Sorry, I would never...
No.
I think I probably drove past it or something to, like...
Oh,
because we probably went to, like, Kansas City.
Yeah,
stuff,
you would have driven past the exit for it 1,000%. But it's like, why would you go? Because there's nothing there, which is the whole point. That's why my parents wanted to live there.
To, like, pee.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
So no, but yeah, so there's no hotel because we're barely even off the highway. You got to go like 20 minutes off the highway. So yeah, exactly. It's like, but. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Riverdale, is it's not right off the highway. Like, it's not... So why do they have this fucking property?
They always talk about, like, a one road. Like,
yeah!
To get in and out of the town.
In and out of the town. Especially because they go on to have some sort of a quarantine or something.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this big dramatic scene, and there's Mr. Keller, sheriff. Like...
Doesn't make any sense.
It's a whole... This whole small town vibes, it's... No.
Nope. Speaking of Veronica, I have another quote. You want to see what a snake looks like after a Louboutin steps on it. Once again, referring to her having fucking money to flaunt. I'm sorry, I would have never said that. I don't know any other 16-year-old that would say that.
No, she has quite the upbringing. But again, I think it makes sense when we finally meet Hiram.
Yes. And then
Veronica is Hiram's daughter.
Later on, but she's also Hermione's daughter.
Oh,
because her obsession with the fucking Fabergé eggs that I completely forgot about till just now.
Oh my freaking god.
Fabergé eggs that when me and Miranda started like going into those episodes, we, like, didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, so we looked them up. I think we spent, like, an hour looking at them and being like, there's only this many in the world, like...
Yeah! Like, it was so funny. And we're like, okay.
No. But this is where she's referring... They're having, like, a last night at the drive-in, because it's closing down.
By her dad.
Anonymous buyer.
Anonymous buyer.
And then... the Southside Serpents kind of get introduced as, like, a whole. Like, you kind of hear about them, not really, you know they exist, but this is where they really get, like, introduced. And then you see Kev and... What's his name?
Joaquin?
Joaquin, yeah. Kevin and Joaquin having, like, a full-blown, like, makeout sesh, like, aggressive makeout sesh.
Oh. It's time to stand up. My watch was buzzing, and I was like, hello? It's time to stand.
I wish. No. They're having this intense makeout scene.
Yeah.
It was just too much for me. I thought they were fighting at first, because it does, like, the feet pan up, and I was like, because I wasn't really paying attention, I was just in the background for a little bit, and I just see these feet and I'm like, who the fuck is fighting? Like, I don't remember this.
At the drive-in.
Yeah, like, I don't remember this at all, and then I look up, and they're fucking sucking face. So.
And then I thought it was weird. Okay, because that. Of course, you don't know this until you watch season 2, so we can talk about it more in depth. But the guy working the drive-in is Miss Grundy's student after she moves away. Yeah. Yeah. When she's in the other town, and then they see her, and she's fucking falling in love with another goddamn student.
The one
it's him.
I did not know that.
So why is he working in Riverdale if he lives in Glendale? Or whatever.
Is it Glendale or is it Greendale?
I don't know.
I don't know. Because now I'm thinking about,
I'll correct myself when that comes. But I was like, what? Who is this kid? Why is he everywhere?
But they probably didn't do that, like, on purpose. He's just, like, a extra.
Maybe.
And they were like, let's put him in.
I mean, it's never addressed, but what if it was supposed to be a thing? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I guess we'll never know. After this, Alice reads, I forgot her fucking name, Betty's diary and the gun.
Yes.
She reads the diary where she's talking about, where Betty wrote down that Miss Grundy and Archie are having a thing, and she only wrote this down because she loved Archiekins.
How is that love, though, to be like, he's cheating on me? Like,
No.
what?
Anyways, Alice doing the right thing as a mom.
Yes. Yes. Overall, this is the right thing to do. But
Yes.
why the fuck did she not give Fred a heads up?
Yes. So
Why the hell you run that man in there like?
Yeah. So Betty. So they're everybody's at the drive-in. Alice goes in and she goes up to Fred. And she's like, "I need you at the school, like right now."
Time now.
While he's on a date with what's her fucking name? Hermione Lodge. And then she also grabs Betty, and they head to the school, which I don't understand. Like, did they drive separately? Like, what was the conversation on the way to the school? You know, like, let's listen to some Taylor Swift. Like, please.
It's just Alice, pedal to the metal, like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. We gotta get there. We gotta catch him.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And then they show up, and then Alice is like, they're Betty. No, fucking shit, my brain. What the fuck is her name? Miss Grundy and Archie are like making out basically, and he's like, they're like kind of like saying their goodbyes, like they're gonna.
Yeah, they're splitting ways on their own. Yeah.
But then they rush in and like, what's going on? Like, Fred's there, no fucking clue. Like,
yeah, poor Fred. Poor Fred.
And then everybody starts defending Miss Grundy.
Yeah.
Which, that to me, I fucking hated.
For what?
She's a child predator. Fucking Chris Hansen should have gone in there. But everybody's protecting her and being like, I'm sorry, like, no, like, blah, like, we didn't mean to.
Archie's taking full blame.
And then Fred doesn't even give a shit.
What? Yeah.
He's just like, what? Like, he knew what he was doing, basically.
Small town vibes.
Honestly. And
we'll keep it hush-hush for you.
Yeah, and then she basically, like, agrees to leave the town. No, so, like, everybody's protecting her. She's like, oh, no, I'll move. She moves, or she leaves the fucking thing, and then Archie and Betty have, like, a little conflict, and Betty feels bad, because she's the one that basically outed them.
Yeah, but she also didn't, like, go to her mom and be like, they're dating!
Yeah.
Like, it's all
also,
on Alice.
If, like, one of my friends was dating a teacher, I definitely would have told my mom.
Oh, 1,000%. We all know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like, I think, because I know in high school, especially for, like, younger girls, it is very much, like, an attraction to dating an older dude. But even then, like, I knew something was off.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm older, and I'm, like, thinking back, like, oh, this girl was dating a guy my age in high school, like, that seems off.
Yeah.
No. I don't even, you say someone that's 22, I'm, like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm 23, so she leaves, and then it's my turn to talk. It's my fucking turn to talk. You feeling cheeky? What the fuck is she talking about? And then the episode ends with my final what the fuck for this episode being Jughead was living at the drive-in, and that's why he fought so hard to not
keep
get
it
shut down.
And then the reveal of who his dad is, and like, they just simply don't. I know I was about to say something. They just simply don't live together. But like, why? Like,
it doesn't explain anything.
Yeah, which I get is the point of the show, but where it's just, I don't understand that reveal where it's, well, and that now we know he's a serpent, which is kind of being like shit talked, and we're like, what? Like, because it's, I don't know, it was just weird to me that there was like this, it was a very, very casual conversation, and then he's like, stay safe, Dad.
Yeah, and it doesn't explain anything until later on episodes. It's just like my final what the fuck. Like, you know you have a kid. You know where he's staying. You don't know where he's gonna. You don't know where he's gonna go next. Like what? Like.
And you just don't care.
You know your fucking kid is like 16.
And you just don't care.
Yeah. And then this brings me to my last what the fuck. In college, I wanted to be a street artist and do like tagging and spray paint and all that shit. Not saying if I did it or not because it's illegal. I didn't though. The suspense. But basically, when people are tag artists, they don't put their actual names on stuff. Because then cops can look you up and you'll know. Like, if Sheriff Keller was to see what Jughead wrote, which was his fucking name, like, Jughead Jones was here, they knew exactly who he was talking about. Because Jughead isn't his actual name, is it? No,
because he's Forsyth the Third.
What does it even mean? I want to look that up. We should.
Yeah, we should.
Forsyth.
Forsyth.
Anyways.
Pendleton.
But... yeah, that to me, it was just like,
and I
really don't know what they're doing.
Our final small town vibes of this episode. I get it, but and it's getting torn down, so maybe he thought no one's gonna come after him.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I don't know either. But it is very much casting like Jughead to be an outcast.
Yeah,
like they wanted to be fucking known.
Yeah,
the boy that wears the same fucking hat every day. Sometimes wears an S on his shirt. Or like I don't know. His fucking outfits, you can tell. You can fucking tell. He's an outcast. We fucking know it. You don't need to tell us. You don't need to make him do weird shit.
Yep.
Say fucking, I'm weird.
I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, like, there's stuff like that.
Have you ever seen me without this hat?
Yeah.
No, Jughead. Come to think of it.
But, yeah. And then, I think that's it for episode 4. So we are gonna end it there.
We will be back soon.
Episode 5
through 13
will be the next episode. But yeah, that's it for this episode of What the Fuck Is This podcast. Now we go on to our little segment called What the Fuck Is This in the News? While she looks up her What the Fuck news story of the day, I am going to basically promote ourselves. We gotta put ourselves out there. You can go ahead and follow us at WTFIsThis_podcast. We'll have the links and everything below, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
In the show notes, whatever
yeah.
wherever you're watching / listening.
Yeah, and then if you want to keep up with us, we'll go ahead and put those in. And Miranda has a page for her pets.
I do. I'll be better at posting about it.
So you can follow her doggos that you see and her cat that you didn't really see today.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what's your...
Okay, mine, I had to bring it back up. So, the story itself is not too crazy, so I really won't read too much about it, but the headline really got me this time. California burglar forgot keys inside crime scene. So it goes on to explain, like, he was just robbing a place, but he left his home and car keys, like, at the crime scene.
I cannot.
So that's just my little news story.
No.
Yeah. And so
what the fuck is wrong with people?
I think, hold on, this is what I'll read.
Oh no.
Yeah, he stole some petty cash. Hey, Maverick, give me 5 minutes. He stole petty cash from the donut shop, like whatever, but he took the keys to the bakery vehicle but didn't steal it.
He had no way to get home. How? What do you mean?
Right.
He walked home?
Yeah, I don't know. And so, anyways, they're just glad no donuts or team members were harmed. But anyways, he left his personal keys there. So that was mine for the day. I saw that earlier.
Show your face. You want to talk into this?
It's my pretty girl.
But anyways, go ahead and follow us. Once again, it's WTFIsThis_podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook. I'm probably going to make us Twitter.
Of course, YouTube, if you're just listening. We'll
and
post
TikTok
videos. Yes.
And then all of our personal stuff is going to be linked down below. But yeah, thanks for listening and can't wait to talk to y'all on the next pod.
Bye, guys.
Bye.